Hello, this week's Torah portion is a double one. It's Vayakhel, Pikudei, and it's actually the final chapters of the book of Exodus. I would like to focus actually on the final verses in the book of Exodus. Here we learn that the work of creating, building the tabernacle has been completed. Moses now has erected it. All the vessels are finished and in the tabernacle. And we have a description here at the end about two very interesting things, all having to do with this cloud, this holy cloud, the cloud that represents the glory of God. The first explanation, the first description, is that this cloud covers the entire tent of meeting and actually represents the fact that the glory of God is now filling the tabernacle. The next verse tells us that as a result of this glory of God filling the tabernacle, Moses cannot go into the tabernacle. Now that in and of itself is a puzzling situation, because the whole purpose of the tabernacle is to create a place where God meets man and man meets God. It's a place where Moses will receive prophecy. He will receive the word of God. And it is also a place where the nation will come to bring their sacrifices as a way of serving God, praying to God, communicating with God. It's the highlight of this completion of the tabernacle that the glory of God rests in the tabernacle. But why then does it mean that Moses cannot go in? So that's one question. I'll put that aside for a moment. The next issue is something far more technical. We learn here a rule. The rule is that when the cloud is rising from above the tabernacle, then the nation of Israel will travel. When the cloud comes to rest on the tabernacle, that is a sign for the nation of Israel that they will camp, that they will stop. Now, keep in mind that at this point in time, the expectation is that the nation will be traveling and they will make it to Israel in a very short time. It is only later on in the book of Numbers when they sin with the sin of the spies that is all called, put to a halt, and they have to wait another 38 years. But at this point, we have the 10 Commandments already, we have the tabernacle, the expectation is they're going to get moving. And so this rule about how they travel is very, very relevant. And to me, it comes to represent this. What is this cloud? This cloud is essentially a gift from God. If we remember our discussion from last week when we talked about the sin of the golden calf, we saw that the nation of Israel was seeking a way to have some kind of sign, something tangible, something they could see or feel that would tell them where God's presence was and what he was trying to communicate to them. Almost as if in answer to that, God sends them this cloud and says, okay, this is how you're going to know where I am and what I'm trying to say. Why is it that Moses cannot enter? Well, it's only a temporary thing. He has a sense that he cannot enter because God's glory is covered in this area. But in the very next verse, at the beginning of Leviticus, God calls to Moses and says, come in. Indeed, the tabernacle will be a place of meeting between man and God. These are a few words of Bible from the heart of biblical Israel.